How is it going, my heroes, my villains, and everybody in between? Sean Ross here, and welcome back, guys, to another live reaction to My Hero Academia. We are on manga chapter number 287, which is entitled Mistake.
Izuku Midoriya! He's the child who passed one for all on to, isn't he? Truly pitiful.
I've changed! From now on, Deku is the name of a hero!
So what mistake are we referring to with this title right here? Because with whom I'm expecting to appear in this chapter, we could be talking about any one of them. So I am very curious to see what that title means for the events of this week's chapter. But coming off of the ending of last chapter, our fight between Deku and Shigaraki is receiving a location change as both of them are being pulled into the one-for-all Vestige dreamscape. And our boy Deku is still left unable to move, and all he can do is just watch helplessly as Shigaraki and a ghostly apparition of All For One enter the realm and try to steal One For All away from him. It doesn't look good, but Deku's got backup because one vestige has appeared right before him and is ready to fight back, and it is none other than Nana Shimura.
Oh my god! Oh, this is just too good!
This right here has me so excited because not only is Nana staring back at the man that murdered her, but she's also seeing her grandson who was groomed and cultivated by said murderer. So what is Nana's reaction to this entire situation? What is she going to say? And what is she going to do? I can't wait to see what this chapter has in store. So mount, ladies and gentle criminals, without further ado, let's dive right into chapter 287. All right, here we go. Picking up right where last chapter left off. And we're starting with a full page panel shot showing Nana Shimura standing back up after she was kneeling next to Deku and telling him, don't worry, let us handle this.
Behold.
I gotta say, Nana Shimura looking healthy in this panel page right here. She's toned, muscular, extra thick, especially with those thighs.
Extra thick!
Goddamn, she looks good. To think, not even my death could keep us from meeting again. All for one. Yo, and we got like an old-fashioned Western standoff with this panel right here.
Nana Shimura.
And then Deku, down on the ground, is just looking up, and he's like, that's Nana Shimura. And then moves his eyes to look back at All For One and Shiggy. We're inside One For All, but what's happening with Kacchan and everyone else?
We meet again at last.
And All For One has taken notice. He turns and he sees Nana Shimura. He's like, oh, long time no see, Nana Shimura. Now looky there, Tomura. Wow, a dead person who happens to be your grandmother. The pathetic, incompetent Nana Shimura stands before us.
A woman with no skill and grand ideas she couldn't live up to. How embarrassing for me, the creator of One For All, to see her inherit the power. And the way she died was so pathetic.
How dare you? She's a nice lady!
Yo, All For One has no chill. Right off the bat, not even 5 seconds after seeing Nana Shimura, he's already roasting her and attacking her. LOL. And he doesn't even care that Shigaraki's there with him. He's like, oh, look, it's your pathetic grandmother standing right before us. God damn. All For One has no chill. He loves berating who is ever in his presence. We're in the middle of a transplant.
Don't touch me, I'm sterile.
Come again, All For One? Deku has like a question mark. He's like, what the hell is All For One saying right here? We're in the middle of a transplant. There are stories of people whose personalities and tastes change after an organ transplant. Though it sounds rather occult, there's plenty of supporting evidence.
Oh no!
Yo.
You sly dog! You got me monologuing. I can't believe it.
All for One is getting ready to monologue right here. He's like, strap yourselves in, because I've got a lot to say. Let me tell you all a tale.
Let me weave you the tale of my origin. Though I must preface that it does drag on in places, so I'll try to minimize the filler.
As for me, I'm prone to the oddest dreams from time to time. In my dreams, those whose quirks I've stolen show up to hurl abuse my way. These episodes often leave me discouraged. Am I really capable of feeling guilt for my sins like some utterly ordinary person? But here's the strangest part. Once I get rid of a quirk, its former owner stops haunting my sleep. Bizarre, no? Especially since I'm certainly the type to hold a grudge myself. But my work with our good doctor revealed the root cause. Just as organs and cells house memories of sorts, every quirk factor contains consciousness, the individuality of its wielder, if you will. As someone with the power to meddle with quirks themselves, I found myself in the unique position of being able to interact with those consciousnesses. That right there sounds exactly like what Deku has been going through with the singularity of One for All and the Vestige dreams.
We're not so different, you and I.
So One for All and All for One are similar in that aspect, but unlike One for All, where there's only like 7 to 8 people that Deku can communicate with, All for One has like hundreds.
Who's number 46,853?
Depending on the amount of quirks All for One has stolen throughout his life, he has over 100 ghosts haunting his dreams, trying to make him feel bad. But All for One's like, how dare they do that? I am a god amongst men. They are not going to discourage me. They can't make me feel guilty for all the quirks I have stolen. How dare they do that to me? And now we just see Shigaraki looking in Nana's direction and thinking back about what Gran Torino said to him. Now quit trampling all over Shimura's memory. Nana Shimura. And he's even thinking back to 2 moments, one from his childhood, seeing the picture for the first time of his grandma with his dad as a kid, and then the moment he was going to accept All for One and his family stepping in to stop him, with Nana Shimura placing her hand on the back of his head. Grandma, why were you?
But wait! There's more!
And All for One just continues to talk.
I'm done listening to your endless talking. Can you not get to the point, or do you just like your own voice?
Enough, you idiot! Shorten this stupid story to 20 words or less!
This man loves the sound of his own voice. Just continues to monologue. My bloodkin too, my little brother, who had the power to grant his own quirk to another, could also meddle with quirks directly. When his original quirk mixed with the power stalking one, the resulting power became a sleeper car to carry consciousness forward to future generations. Anyhow, wouldn't you like to say hello? After all of that entire story All for One just went through, he's like, okay, I've said enough. Here, Nana, it's your grandson. Don't you want to say anything to him? I mean, this is the first time you've gotten to meet him. This man is just a monster. And I love the pose he has. He's like, come now, Nana. Say your final words to your grandson, whom I've groomed and cultivated into my successor. So, hello. You're Kotaro's son. And Shigaraki's just got an evil grin. No matter how we got here, Grandma, you can rest assured that I also hate you with all my heart. Damn! That sucks to hear. And Nana doesn't have any tears in her eyes, but you can just see it on her face that those words hurt her, hearing that from her grandson.
Concerned, she put her child in foster care to shield the youngster from the hero world. She told Toshinori and me that she didn't want us to have any contact with the kid, even if something terrible were to happen to her. This is your fault! I hate you!
It sucks to hear, but yeah, in a way, the decision she made led to this path for Tenko Shimura to become Tomura Shigaraki.
You are dust!
Yo! Is that Shigaraki's decay spreading on the ground? Are you telling me Shigaraki can use his quirk in the Vestige world? Damn. You just see his decay spreading over towards where Nana and Deku are. He's trying to destroy them. This one-for-all world is eroding.
Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the heat flow through you.
Yo, look at that decay spreading everywhere. It's going all throughout the Vestige world.
Look!
And you can see Nana putting both of her hands out front, trying to halt the decay from spreading, trying to keep it at bay. Good, Tomura. Your hatred is making its mark. The rule is that only the will of One for All's wielder can affect it, but your rage is starting to eat away at that very rule. Okay, so that's not his quirk. The decay is just a personification of Shigaraki's will. That makes sense. So right now it's just a tug-of-war battle between Deku and Shigaraki's will for full control of One for All. That's why Nana is here, to assist Deku in keeping Shigaraki's will at bay. No, Shigaraki's also trying to destroy All for One. You can see the decay marks spreading and going up All for One's body.
The heat is swelling in you now. Use it. I am unarmed. Strike me down with it. Give in to your anger. Do it.
Whoops, I nearly forgot. You hate me too.
Most impressive.
Good.
And All for One can't be mad. He's like, you know what? I get it. I tried to take over your body. You didn't like that all too much, so now you're trying to get rid of me. It makes complete sense. All the better. How fitting for the symbol of terror.
Look!
And the decay stopped. It froze right in front of Deku. So Nana was able to keep Shigaraki's will at bay. What? And Shigaraki is shocked to see it freeze. But still not enough, it seems. Yo, that's why it stopped.
It's you. You're the ninth.
He is here, the first user. The younger brother has joined the party. Let's go. We see the younger brother behind Nana and Deku just holding his hand out and is basically saying, none shall pass. You will not go any farther in your control. You stop right here. Draw on the line. Yo, this is hype. I hope we are going to see the other vestiges appear behind Deku and do the exact same thing. Yo, let's go. Since my brother is as obstinate as I am, so is he the next in line, brother? It's such a shame that I could never make you mine.
With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
I'll never join you!
We will never go to you. We have chosen to remain within this boy.
What did you say?
Oh, I like that shot of the first user behind Deku, like that. But that kind of sounds like stuff from Heroes Rising that we saw. The user's choosing to stay with Deku, and Deku's hearing that from the first user. Oh, and he is pushing Shigaraki's will back.
Behold the power of two hands!
Hey, what the hell? This is no fair.
Getting beaten back. That's the one power that never behaved how Master wanted. Shigaraki's just like, what the hell?
Know my power.
Yo.
Mine.
Now All for One is jumping in. He is reaching out too. He is lending Shiggy his power. Show some power, Tomura. Combine your strength with my own, and we can steal them away. They are but a couple departed people who fell to me. Brother, you claim you've chosen this. No point in bluffing when I know the truth. I've seen it all through Tomura's eyes. This incredible power has been wasted. Wasted on one who could protect neither friend nor teacher. They were forced to defend him, in fact. What's more, like his master, he's given himself over to blind rage. He finds himself immobilized, squirming about, helplessly watching on. Conferring this power to someone so worthless was a mistake.
There it is! There it is!
And there's the title. Roll credits. So that's what this title was referring to. All for One calling Deku the mistake. Basically saying the fact that they chose this boy, this worthless, pathetic boy, to be the inheritor of One for All, he's like, don't make me laugh.
Izuku Midoriya! He's the child you passed One for All on to, isn't he? Truly pitiful.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yo, double page spread right here. What is going on? No, it wasn't. Let's go, first user. Clap back at your older brother.
Okay. I'm about to shit on this bitch right now.
Someone who exploits people like you could never understand what drives this boy to shed blood. He rages for the sake of others. For them, he does his best until he can do no more. This young man is possessed by a drive to save others that eclipses all common understanding. Our power is his, and we shall follow him. Yo! Those are some big words right there from the little brother. I like that. And I like the fact that he says he does his best until he can do no more. It's basically like what Deku said, like, I am the Deku that always does his best. It's like the Vestiges have always been listening and watching Deku on his journey, and they've seen how much this boy just throws himself into danger. Without even disregard for his own life, he was always rushing in to save others. And it kind of looks like that's exactly what he's doing in this gigantic panel. He's actually moving. He is getting up. Those words from the first user instilled something within Deku to make him move. Yo, I love this panel. You can see like the Vestiges shining lights right behind Deku as he is beginning to move. Yo, that is awesome. Yo, we are out of the Vestige dreamscape. We are now back in the real world, and we just see a blinding light up in the sky above the destroyed city.
Mine.
And you just see Deku and Shigaraki being propelled back away from each other. Yo, they look like they can't even fight anymore. Did he steal it? No, he couldn't. But Tomura. Okay, so he probably didn't steal One for All, but All for One is now talking to Shigaraki. My quirk has not fully settled into your body, so you couldn't summon the power to steal his. Don't black out. Your body must achieve completion. Retreat, take stock, and live to fight on. Shigaraki, please. Please don't start moving again. These two are done. They are spent. Their bodies are destroyed. They can no longer move. All for One is basically telling Shigaraki, retreat for now, recoup, heal your wounds, but then come back for One for All later. And Deku, his body's shot. There's no way he can continue on. His body is bloodied, bruised, and broken. I think we've reached the climax of the Deku versus Shigaraki fight. They're not going to be fighting anymore. God damn. And now it looks like we're transitioning back over to Makia as he continues to bulldoze through city after city. And then we have the League just piggybacking on his back, and we see Dabi talking with my boy Skeptic. Shigaraki's fighting Endeavor? Nice. Let's prep. Prep for what? To tear down this fake hero society, of course.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Yo, that smile on Dabi's face. He looks too happy for this overall situation. He is the only one with a big enough grin with all destruction all around him right now.
This is where the fun begins.
But I think I know why he's smiling. Because Endeavor is where Shigaraki is, and that is their destination.
What's your name? Right now, I'm going by Dabi.
No, I want to know your real name.
I'll tell you when you need to know it.
All I can tell y'all is that it's about to go down.
Please tell me this is teasing up the confrontation we have been waiting for Dabi to confront Endeavor. The Todorokis, add Shoto into that as well. Shoto and Endeavor versus Dabi. Yo, and Dabi cannot wait. We need that to happen. And we also need that Dabi reveal that we have been waiting for so long to happen as well. Hey! And then we can see Compress talking with Toga, but he's like moving his hand a little bit. Are you fine with this, Toga? You're awfully close to the edge. Oh, he's gesturing her to move away from the edge so she doesn't fall over. I know you've been scanning for them. Those UA scamps you love so much. They are heroes too. She's been looking for Deku and Ochaco this entire time. Alright, where do they draw the line? If heroes are supposed to save people, then was Jean not considered a person? Will they kill me too?
I may be a villain, but I'm human too. We all are, man.
And there's no place in the world where crazy people can belong. Heroes only care about saving good citizens.
Does that mean you'll save anybody? Is there no boundary? Where do you draw the line?
You should feel whole now that you're covered up again.
Toga?
Yo. The death of Twice is affecting Toga hard. We knew it would, but she's looking for answers. She has questions that she kind of wants to ask Deku and Ochaco. Like, did Twice deserve to die? That's like her main question. Did they consider him a person when Hawks kind of killed him? It's like, will Deku and Ochaco view me the same way? That's what I want to ask Izuku and Ochaco. Depending on their answer, I'll be fine.
Fight!
So, are we teasing up another confrontation right here? Not only are we possibly getting Dabi versus the Todorokis, but Toga versus Ochaco as well?
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
This has me hyped. If the Deku and Shigaraki fight is over, and these are the two fights we're getting, I am hyped. That is the end of this chapter. Next chapter hits October 16th.
Ochaco Uraraka. He really trusts you a lot, you know. Does that mean you'll save anybody? Is there no boundary? Where do you draw the line?
I want to save people.
Wait a minute, is next chapter coming out early? Yeah, it is. The 16th is a Friday. Next chapter's coming out early. Okay, add that to my hype and excitement. I am ready for next chapter. But sticking with this chapter right here, this was a conversation, dialogue heavy chapter, especially coming from All For One. He was talking the most through this entire chapter, monologuing all the way through. He had to get a word in edgewise. But I liked what we got within the Vestige dreamscape. We only got to see the vestiges of Nana and the first user, but they assisted Deku in keeping the quirk of One For All with him. Their will was able to overpower Shigaraki's, but at the end of it, it looks like both of them are just spent. They're unconscious. They can no longer move. So I think we've reached the end of the Deku versus Shigaraki fight. But the ending of this chapter is teasing up 2 more confrontations. Dabi versus the Todorokis with Endeavor and Shoto, which I cannot wait for. I hope we are getting the Dabi reveal with that. But this last one, Toga versus Ochaco, that one is going to be interesting, especially with how Toga's current mindset is after what she witnessed with Twice. She's asking some deep questions that do not come with simple answers, because on the one hand, heroes are supposed to save people. They should not really be killing the villains, but there comes a time and place when you do have to kill a villain in order to save lives. And Toga's struggling trying to come to terms with that. So she wants to ask Deku and Ochaco, would they kill her in the same situation that happened with Twice? So with that, guys, that right there is my live reaction to chapter 287 of My Hero Academia. But now I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on the events of this chapter and everything that took place within the One for All Vestige dreamscape, with Nana Shimura confronting All for One and Shigaraki and the tug-of-war battle to take control of One for All. And then with the ending of this chapter teasing up 2 confrontations with Dabi versus Endeavor and Toga versus Ochaco. Which one are you excited to see, and what do you expect to see within both confrontations? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon that you guys can be alerted for every new MHA reaction that pops up on the channel. If you guys want to talk about other things and talk about MHA outside of YouTube, feel free to also follow me over on Twitter. A link to my Twitter account can also be found in the description down below. That's going to do it for me here, guys. So until next week, when we have chapter 288 of My Hero Academia, I'll talk to you guys next time. But remember, go beyond plus ultra.